joggers that you put your finger in and that would touch it. It was disastrous. But the cancer always had a stop sign, just to stop the people from making it. But we're here to make noise tonight, and we're going to talk about it. And we got great Purim songs. We're going to read the Megillah, and just have a fun service for all of us. But we're going to begin with the lighting of the candles. If someone would like to come up and light candles for us, please. You get up the stairs, okay? Need one person who can do the matches. That's the headline, Spider-Man lights candles.
Bring the light of Shabbat in. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu Lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
May the Shabbat candles that we now light inspire us to see justly and gently, to look honestly and with kindness, and to see what's holy in each other. Thank you. It's pretty good. She's walking better than me.
She is walking better than you.
Well, we're turning our prayer books to page 4. Hine ma tov, how good and pleasant it is for all of us to be together.
How wonderful that we get to be here all together celebrating Purim. That we get to be here all together celebrating Purim together in person for the first time in a while. So please say Shabbat Shalom, say Happy Purim, or introduce yourself to someone who's sitting nearby. Hine ma tov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'manayim, 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 shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov, yalalai, yalalalai. Hine ma tov, yalalai, yalalalai. Hine ma tov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad.
On page 8 at the top of the page, as we welcome the angels of peace and join together Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Asharit, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Vo'echem l'shalom. Shalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi melech Malachei Hamlachim, Kadosh Baruch Hu. Barchuni l'Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi melech Malachei Hamlachim, Kadosh Baruch Hu. Sitchem l'Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi melech Malachei Hamlachim, Kadosh Baruch Hu.
We had dinner with an Israeli a couple weeks ago, and we were arguing as to what's the meaning of a hamantashen. And when some people say Haman's ears, what would you say? Haman's ears? Someone said pockets. Someone say Haman's hat. Well, number 3 on our song sheet, the cantor is going to explain to you, La Kova Shali.
All right. So many of you know this song in English, and some of you may know it in Hebrew too. I'm going to teach you a little bit of Hebrew tonight. All right, everyone repeat after me. La Kova Sheli Shalosh Pinot Shalosh Pinot La Kova Sheli. All right, who knows what kova is? What's a kova? All right, say it out loud if you know it. Hat! That's right, kova is a hat. So every time we say the word kova, take your hands and put them on your head. Excellent. All right, let's see everyone. Show me what we're going to do when we say the word kova. Beautiful. La kova. All right, do you know what sheli means? You can look on your thing. Right, me, mine. All right, so every time we say sheli, put your hands to yourself. La kova, sheli. And what is shalosh? 3. That's right, so let's hold up 3 fingers for shalosh. And pinot are corners. So point to a corner that you have. I'm going to do my elbow. I have a corner right here. And that's really it. All right, so let's try it all together.
We make sure everybody up there's watching.
You all at home have to do this along with us too. That's true. All right, so La Kova, Sheli. Yeah, I'm already mixing this up and we haven't even started. Sheli, Shalosh, Pinot, Shalosh, Pinot, La Kova, Sheli. All right.
So simple.
You got it. So simple. All right, and here is how the melody goes. Let's try it together. If you think you know it, if not, you can just listen the first time. La kova sheli, shalosh pinot, shalosh pinot. La kova sheli. Again. La kova sheli, shalosh pinot, shalosh pinot. La kova sheli. A little faster. La kova sheli, shalosh pinot, shalosh pinot. La kova sheli. All right, you guys got it. You totally have it. So let's do it exactly like that, but this time we are going to leave out the word kova. All right, but I still need you to show me where your kova is with your hands. Let's try it. La, sheli, shalosh pinot, shalosh pinot. La, sheli. Again. La, sheli, shalosh pinot, shalosh pinot. La, sheli. And I hear some people going, And that's okay. If you need to fill it in with something, you're allowed. It's allowed. We'll count it. All right, let's try it without kova, and let's try it without sheli. Ready? La. Shalosh pinot. Eli, I heard you. Shalosh pinot. La. Ma. Shalosh pinot. Shalosh pinot. La. Good. All right, let's do it again. And this time we will leave out the word shalosh. Ready? La. Pinot.
Pinot.
La. La. Pinot. Pinot la. Nice. All right, let's see if we can do it with just the hand moves and no words. Ready? Yes, very impressive. Great job, everyone.
Let's turn to page 16 as we welcome the Sabbath bride. Join together, Lecha Dodi.
Lecha, lecha, dodi, likrat, kala, penei, penei, Shabbat, mikabela. Lecha, lecha, dodi, likrat, kala, penei, penei, Shabbat, mikabela, la, 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 lecha, dodi, likrat, kala, penei, penei, Shabbat, mikabela. Lecha, lecha, dodi, likrat, kala, Penei, penei, Shabbat nekavela. Shamor v'zachor b'ribur echad. Hishmi'anu Elohecha Adonai echad.
Ushmo echad.
L'shemo tiferet v'litchila la 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 lecha dodi. Likrat kala. Penei, penei, Shabbat nekavela. Lecha, lecha, dodi, likrat, kala, penei, penei, Shabbat, nekavela. Likrat Shabbat, lechu v'necha, ki mekor ha-baracha, merosh mikedem nisucha. Sof ma'aseh b'machsheva tchila, la 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 la, lecha dodi, likrat, kala, Penei, penei, Shabbat mikabela. Lecha, lecha, dodi, likrat, kala. Penei, penei, Shabbat mikabela. Mikdash melech ir melucha. Kumitzi mitov ha'achecha. Rav nashet ve'emecha b'cha. V'echel yachmol aleichem la 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 la. Lecha dodi. Likrat, kala, penei, penei, Shabbat mikabela. Lecha, lecha, dodi, likrat, kala, penei, penei, Shabbat mikabela.
At the bottom of page 18, we rise, face the rear of the sanctuary as we greet the Sabbath bride.
Boi v'shalom ateret bala. Gam b'simcha ובצהלה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה. בואי חלה, לה 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 לך דודי, לקראת קלה, פני שבת מקבלה. לך דודי, לקראת קלה, פני שבת מקבלה. Likrat, kala, penei, penei, Shabbat mikabela. Lecha, lecha, dodi, likrat, kala, penei, penei, Shabbat mikabela.
You may be seated. Turn to page 23 in our prayer books, our wonderful reading just for today from the Hess. We have the Hess family reading for us, yes? Ronnie, just do it just for today.
Just for today.
Okay, right.
Just for today, I will live one day only, forgetting yesterday and tomorrow, and not trying to solve the whole problem of life at once.
Just for today, I'll be unafraid of life and death, unafraid to enjoy the beautiful and be happy. People are as happy as they make up their minds to be.
Just for today, I will adjust myself to what is and not try to adjust everything to suit me. If I cannot have what I like, I will try to like what I have.
Just for today, cheerful, charitable. Do my best, praise people for what they can do, not criticize them for what they cannot do. If I find fault, I'll forgive it and forget it. I will try not to improve nor regulate anybody except myself.
Just for today, I will have a plan. I may not follow it exactly, but I will have one. It will save me from worry, hurry, and indecision.
So today I will get people off my nerves and not get on theirs. I appreciate them for what they do and what they are.
Just for today, I will not show it if my feelings are hurt.
Just for today, I'll find a little time for quiet, to relax, realize what life is and can be. Time to think about God and get a better perspective of myself.
Just for today, I will look at life with fresh eyes and discover the wonder of it. I will know that as I give to the world, so the world will give to me.
And that's Eli and Ophir. Going to be reading the Megillah for us in just a few minutes. And I can't imagine a more appropriate way to be dressed than as a monkey and as Queen Esther, maybe? It's beautiful. Let's turn out our prayer books and rise, page 24, as we continue with our call to worship in the Baruch.
Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach, HaMevorach Le'olam Vael. HaMevorach, HaMevorach Le'olam Vael.
May be seated. We're going to take just a moment as we continue, because we're going to have the Megillah reading and all kinds of other things, to just take a little break for some announcements from our president-elect, Stephen Wellens.
Welcome, everybody. I came in here knowing that all these years, the favorite thing about Purim to me was Hamatashen. But as I look at it, all these amazing costumes, I think I've changed my mind. You guys look great in the spirit of B'nai Vail. We've got a really, really busy year planned. Let's start with Passover Seder kits. We've got them this year. You need to pick up one of these in the back if you want to order them. I think you just email B'nai Vail reservations, and we're going to produce a Seder kit and something to share with your family. There's too many things, and if you look in the book, too many things going on this summer. I'm just going to highlight some important things that are coming up. June 19th, Father's Day, is the Leadville cleanup with B'nai B'rith of Denver. If you've never been to the Leadville Cemetery, it's an amazing place. It's dear to my heart. One of my dear friends' son's buried there, so we go every year. But this is a really special place, and it was almost lost in history for a long time. So if you're here and you want to do something special with your family, it's a great place to do it. Let's see, June 29th, we've got a safety training for all B'nai Vail congregants here in the chapel from 10 to 12 and then 2 to 4. I think it's a very interesting thing, given what's going on in the world. So if you're here and you want to learn about some safety tips, be a great time to be here. Let's see, we've got June 30th, we've got the Israeli soldiers coming in, and they'll be here till July 10th. On the 2nd, we're going to have a Shabbat service at the Molina Ranch with the Israeli soldiers, wounded warriors. It's an amazing experience, and you should attend. Mountaintop Shabbat, July 9th, July 30th, another Mountaintop Shabbat. Let's see, we've got July 16th, we're going to do a Creekside at Walking Mountains, and there'll be another one later in the month, in August. And of course, it's not too early to talk about the high holidays. It's going to be at Villar this year. It's going to be wonderful. I think Michelle and the rabbi and Janet and Seth and Jeannie, everybody's busy planning for the high holidays, and I think you're going to be truly rewarded if you're here and get a chance to listen to the music in the Villar, which just got great acoustics. So we're here. B'nai Vail is growing, and we're happy to see so many young families and everybody else here. So thank you.
Thank you. It's a wee bit early for me to be thinking about those high holidays, but we do, because we're talking about the music. And I beg to, this is not a costume. This is actually it's kind of a costume. It was a jersey that was presented to each of the rabbis that served at the Naval Academy. And I was the 6th one in their history to be there, so they gave me number 6. It's not just a costume, okay. As we continue on page 30.
We'd like to invite up all of the kids to come and lead us in Shema. Kids can come stand on the step right here. Come on, Benji, we need your help. Come help us. Thanks, Izzy. Mommy can come too. That's fine.
Okay, there we go.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch HaShem K'mua Ma'ahinotenu Le'olam Va'ed.
Thank
Thank
you.
you all so much.
Thank you.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבבך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
The Birkat HaGomel prayer expresses our gratitude for the miracle of healing and full restoration for one's health, for family and friends, and full restoration to life itself. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam hagomel l'chayavim tovot sheg gimelani kol tov. May God, who has bestowed kindness upon us, continue to bestow every goodness upon each of us and restore our health. There are those in our community who are in need of healing, of body, mind, or spirit. Just a moment, please feel free to share their name aloud. As we move about the sanctuary, we continue page 38.
Avotenu mekor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen.
We keep in our thoughts and prayers Gail Balin, Sue Beiser, Linda Colin, Blanche Deutsch, Lynn Deutschman, Carol Ann Finn, David Freed, Jane Friedman, Betty Ann Gaynor, Deborah Goldman, Cliff Goldman, Don Graubert, Donald Jaffe, Warren Janowitz, Mary Sue Katz, Herman Keek, Brian Kushner, Josh Marion, Pedro Prince, Stephen Reese, Roberta Scheller, Sam Schwartz, Henry Sheldon, Bill Silvers, Bert Solomon, and Lauren Solomon, Dina Stempler, Maury Strauss, Alan Tannenbaum, Toma Weistock, and Mickey Winokur. And eternal God, as the cruel war continues in Ukraine, innocent people have been driven from their homes and are dying. We ask your protection for Ukraine, its citizens, as we pray for their safety, security for their country, for the neighboring countries that have opened their borders to provide humanitarian corridors and safe passage for all those who wish to evacuate. We'll bless the people of all nations with the desire, strength, and courage to create a world based on justice and filled with peace. May the words of Isaiah, "Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore," become true in our day and in this hour. And source of goodness, shine your healing light on all of those in Ukraine that we hold in our hearts. Shelter them, shield them, and show everyone a path of peace. Amen. If there's anyone else. Thank you. Thank you.
Mishabeirach imotenu mekor habracha leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
We turn to page 40 and rise and continue with the Reader's Kaddish.
Yitkada veitkada shemei rabba.
Amen.
Be'alma divra kirutei me'amlich malchutei.
V'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayedecho Beit Yisrael. Pagala, pagala, uvisman kari.
Ve'imeru.
Amen. Yesh me'rava mevarach. Le'alam ulameho maya. Yitbarach.
Yitzbarach v'yishtabach. Yitzbar v'yitroma v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal. Shemei dekudsha.
Rechu.
Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata.
Tushbechata v'nechemata damihiram bi'alma.
Ve'imeru.
Amen. Page 42, Eternal God, open my lips that my mouth may declare your glory. Continue at the top of the page and then silently through page 57.
Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi agitei latecha. Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi agitei latecha.
May be seated when you've completed the Amida. We continue at the bottom of page 56 with our prayer for peace. Join together, Oseh Shalom.
Oseh Shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Oseh Shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Oseh Shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu. Ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu. Ve'al kol Yisrael. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu. Ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu. Ve'al kol Yisrael.
Thank you. Just a few minutes, we'll get those groggers out. Because there's so much going on, it's like mountaintop. I have one of my 122nd sermons because I thought there's still a message on Purim. And since February 24th, it was 23 days ago when Russia invaded the Ukraine without rhyme or reason. And I think for all of us, reading the book of Esther, I think would change and become seen in a new way. If we want to understand the current war, take a moment to listen to some of the interesting parallels between the book of Esther, because we read tonight that Haman decided to murder all the Jews without any comprehensible reason. We read when Haman saw that Mordecai would not kneel nor bow before him, he was filled with rage. So he decides, I guess I should just murder all the Jews. In Russia today, when Putin saw that Zelensky and the Ukrainians wouldn't kneel nor bow down before him, he was filled with rage, decided to invade the Ukraine without any provocation. In both cases, we have a megalomaniac. Absolute power did something outrageous without provocation just because he wanted to and he had the power to do so. Well, if we go back to Persia 2,500 years ago, the Jews reacted in 3 stages. This is 2,500 years ago. The first stage was that of shock, and the king and Haman sat down to drink, and the city of Shushan was confused. The second stage they had was, well, let's try diplomacy. Mordecai sends Esther to with Haman's decree to show it to the king and to appeal to him. For her people, and Esther immediately undertook that diplomatic, dangerous mission, and in the course of 2 banquets, brilliantly convinced Ahasuerus to hang Haman. The third was to go to war. In chapter 9, which we'll be reading in just a few minutes, the Jews gathered in their cities to attack those who sought to do them harm. And so the Jews struck at their enemies and destroyed them with their sword. Well, we have, I think, the exact same 3 stages with the war in Ukraine. We all hope and pray that the war would end quickly, but in the meantime, we must do everything in our power to help the Jews of Ukraine, all of those citizens, because we learn in the Talmud for all Jews are responsible for one another, as well as for any non-Jew who asks for help. For whoever sustains a soul, it's considered as if he had sustained the entire world. Now, in trying to find out more about Haman and who was this guy, so I went online and I put down Haman the bully. And I thought, well, that's got to be pretty simple when you Google that. So what comes up? Haman Elementary School. And I thought, okay, this is like a Purim joke, right? So I kept reading, and it says, Haman Elementary School is a bully-free zone. We're taking bullying behavior very seriously here. Please report any concerns immediately to your child's teacher or principal. At Heyman Elementary, I can't imagine wearing a shirt, but bullying is very serious and it's a widespread problem that needs to be addressed, safeguard our children, and provide safer, more secure learning environment. They said we will not bully others. We will try to help students who are bullied. We'll try to include students who are left out. And if we know that someone is being bullied, we'll tell an adult at the school and at home. When I read further, I saw that there was a gentleman named C.W. Heyman. He was a businessman, banker, and school teacher, and the school's located in Santa Clara. So I guess all their jerseys on the back say Heyman, but it's a different kind of Heyman, but they had all the right reasons to be called that. The other thing we're looking at tonight, where in the old days nobody would ever want to be dressed up like Vashti. Everybody was Esther, the king, a few Hamans, but we see Vashti in a new light. We see how she was beautiful, she was headstrong, and she knew what it meant to say to the king, no means no. Well, the king was drunk when he made his request, and his request was embarrassing. So tonight, instead of looking at Vashti in that old light like we used to, we applaud her and see her in this new light. Now, this is when you get out your groggers, reach underneath. Ophir and Eli, can't wait to have you come up to read for us. And I also need a couple of readers, adult readers, who would like to do the English part of it for us as well. Need like 2 or 3 volunteers, please. A couple. Otherwise, it's me reading. All the way up. I like the tail.
All right. And if all of the kids and anyone who would like
Anyone
to
else
join
to
them
read?
would like to come sit on the bima for the reading of the Megillah, you can come sit. Everyone is welcome. All right, you're going to have your groggers. When is it time to shake our groggers? When is it? When you say, hey, man, it's time to shake the groggers. And when we are saying all of the other things, we'll hold the groggers quietly in our laps. All right, come on, bench. You want to come sit with everyone? All right.
And what are we listening for? In Hebrew
What are we
or English?
listening for? Haman, that's right. All right.
Okay. They're going to read Hebrew, and then you'll do the English. Okay.
ויהי בימי אחשוורוש, הוא אחשוורוש, המלך מעודו ועד כוש.
27 ו100 מדינה.
In those days, when King Ahasuerus sat on the throne of his kingdom, which was in Shushan, the capital, the king made for all the people present a banquet for 7 days.
Okay, chapter 2.
It is
Right here.
בימים ההם כשבט המלך אחשוורוש על כיסא מלכותו אשר בשושן הבירה.
Okay, chapter 2.
In those days, when King Ahasuerus occupied the royal throne in the fortress.
Chapter 2. There you go.
Okay. Right
Perfect.
here?
Yeah,
Because I
chapter
skipped
2.
this whole part. Okay.
That's okay.
There was a Judean man in Shushan whose name was Mordecai that had brought up Hadassah, that is Esther, as her uncle. When many maidens were gathered to Shushan, Esther was taken to the king's house. Esther did not reveal that she was Jewish, upon the advice of Mordecai. So Esther was taken to King Ahasuerus to his royal house, and Esther won favor before the king more than all the maidens, and he placed the royal crown on her head and made her queen.
Chapter 3 is our good one.
Well, ready to listen?
Okay, chapter 3.
אחר הדברים האלה גדל המלך אחשוורוש את המן בן המדתה האגגי וינשאו ושם את כיסאו מעל כל השרים אשר איתו.
Okay. when we come to the Haman, we'll go really slowly so they can hear. But let's do it in English. That's okay.
Over-exaggerate it.
We're going to do it again.
We couldn't tell it was
There we go.
Okay.
Chapter 3.
Listen.
After these events, King Ahasuerus promoted Haman
That's no longer. There you go.
and placed his seat above all the princes who were with him. And all the king's servants who were in the king's gate would kneel before Haman. But Mordecai would not kneel. They told this to Haman. And when Haman saw that Mordecai would not kneel before him, Haman became angry.
Okay, let's do the same thing in Hebrew this time, chapter 5.
ותאמר אסתר, אם על המלך טוב, יבוא המלך והמן. היום אל משתה אשר עשיתי לו.
Okay, let's see what he just chanted. Chapter 5.
When the king saw Queen Esther standing in the court, the king said to her, "What concerns you, Queen Esther?" And Esther said, "If it pleases the king, let the king and Haman come today to the banquet that I have prepared for him." And Haman went out on that day happy until Haman saw Mordecai in the king's gate, and Mordecai would not rise. But Haman restrained himself, and he came home and recounted the glory of his riches to his sons, and that the king had promoted him. It's a long chapter. And Haman's wife said, "Let them make a gallows 50 cubits high, and in the morning say to the king that they should hang Mordecai on it." That pleased Haman, and he made the gallows.
Okay, Vayomer.
ויאמר המלך, מהרו את המן
Now you got it.
לעשות את דבר אסתר, ויבוא המלך והמן אל המשתה אשר עשתה אסתר.
Okay. Chapter 6.
Haman had come to the king's house to request the king to hang Mordecai on the gallows. As Haman entered, the king said to Haman, "What should be done to a man whom the king wishes to honor?" And Haman said to himself, "Who would the king wish to honor more than me?" And Haman said to the king, "A man who the king wishes to honor? Let him wear the royal garments that the king wore, and the horse that the king rode upon, and the royal crown shall be placed on his head."
Chapter 7.
ויאמר המלך אחשורוש ויאמר לאסתר המלכה, מי זה הוא זה ואיזה הוא אשר מלאו ליבו לעשות כן.
One more, a little more.
ותאמר אסתר, איש צר ואויב המן, הרע הזה והמן, נבט מלפני המלך והמלכה.
Chapter 7?
Chapter 7. Do you want to read
Nope.
something?
Go ahead.
So the king and Haman came to drink with Queen Esther. And the king asked Esther, "What is your request, Queen Esther?" And Queen Esther replied, "If it pleases the king, may my life and that of my people be saved." And King Ahasuerus said to Queen Esther, "Who is this? And where is he who dared to do this?" And Esther said, an enemy, this evil Haman. And Haman became terrified before the king and the queen. Then said one of the servants before the king, behold the gallows that Haman made for Mordecai, who saved the king. And the king said, hang Haman on it. And they hanged Haman on the gallows that he had prepared for Mordecai.
Okay, chapter 8. Vail.
ביום ההוא נתן המלך אחשוורוש לאסתר המלכה את בית המן צורר היהודים, ומרדכי בא לפני המלך, כי הגידה אסתר מה הוא לה.
Perfect. A little more.
ויסר המלך את טבעתו, אשר העביר מהמן, ויתנה למרדכי, ותשם אסתר את מרדכי על בית המן.
On that day, King Ahasuerus gave Queen Esther the house of Haman. And Mordecai then came before the king. Esther said, if it pleases the king, let it be written to rescind the letters of Haman, which he wrote to destroy the Jews who are in all the king's provinces. And in every province and in every city, wherever the king's order and his edict reached, there was joy and gladness for the Jews, a banquet and a festive day.
Chapter 9.
ויאמר המלך לאסתר המלכה בשושן הבירה, הרגו היהודים ואבד 500 איש ואת 10 בני המן ושאר מדינות, המלך, מה עשו, מה שאלתך, ויינתן לך ומה בקשתך עוד ותעש.
Good. Chapter 9. One more to go.
And in the month of Adar, on the 13th day thereof, the king's order was reversed. Esther said, if it pleases the king, tomorrow let them hang Haman's 10 sons on the gallows. For Haman, the enemy of all the Jews, had devised to destroy the Jews, and he cast the lot to destroy them. Therefore they called these days Purim, after the name Pur.
Chapter 10, our last chapter.
כי מרדכי היהודי, משנה למלך אחשוורוש וגדול היהודים, ורצוי לרוב אחיו, דורש טוב לעמו, ודבר שלום לכל זרעו.
Chapter 10.
For Mordecai the Jew was viceroy to King Ahasuerus and great among the Jews, seeking the good of his people and speaking peace to all their generations to come.
Thank you, Jackie. Ophir. Eli, thank you for beautiful reading. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Cantor, let's do that one song you were talking about.
I want to see how much you can go have a seat. I want to see how much everyone was paying attention. So I have a little riddle for you. And if anyone wants to see the Purim spiel that we did virtually last year that many of these students were in, you can just go to YouTube and search B'nai Vail Purim, and you can see them act out the whole Megillah. Lay with me, dance with me, join in my song. Clap with me, tap with me, sing it along. Purim is here, a holiday of fun. Just guess my name as soon as I'm done. All right, ready? I was once the king's delight. Then he told me to get out of sight. He gave me orders I just didn't see. I didn't obey. My name is
Vashti.
Vashti. Nice. Play with me, dance with me, join in my song. Clap with me, tap with me, sing it along. Purim is here, a holiday of fun. Just guess my name as soon as I'm done. I come from Persia to play in the game. Children have trouble pronouncing my name. I have a crown, a scepter and ring. You know my name. Ahasuerus the king. Play with me, dance with me, join in my song. Clap with me, tap with me, sing it long. Purim is here, a holiday of fun. Just guess my name as soon as I'm done. I am Hamalka, in Hebrew we say. Without me, there would just be no Purim day. I saved my people from Haman so mean. You know my name, it's Esther the Queen. Play with me, dance with me, join in my song. Clap with me, tap with me, sing it along. Purim is here, a holiday of fun. Just guess my name as soon as I'm done. I helped the queen to bring us to glory. I am the hero of this Purim story. I was told to get ready to die. You know my name, it's brave Mordechai. Nice. Play with me, dance with me, join in my song. Clap with me, tap with me, sing it along. Purim is here, a holiday of fun. Just guess my name as soon as I'm done.
Gronkers?
People would bow down and I walked about. And now they use groggers to drown my name out.
Here we go.
Others, they cheer as loud as they can. But my name they boo. My name is... Oh, yeah, you got it. Play with me, dance with me, join in my song. Clap with me, tap with me, sing it along. Purim is here, a holiday of fun. You guessed our names, and now we are done. Nice work. You guys got it.
Thank you. And again, Jackie, thank you for all that English reading. Ophir, happy birthday, Eli. Is that right?
Is it your birthday, Mazalta? All right.
What a special way to celebrate. Well, let's return to our prayer books now on page 60 as we rise, join together.
All right, and we're going to invite our Gimel Hebrew class. Some of them are here tonight, and they would like to lead us tonight in Aleinu.
Go up there.
Aleinu l'shabeach la'adon hakol, la'tet gedula le'oser b'reishit, shelo asanu kegoyei ha'aratzot, ve'lo samanu k'mishpechot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkeinu kahem, ve'gor aleinu kechol hamonam, va'anachnu korim, u'mishtachavim u'modim, Lifnei Melech, Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Shehu Notei Shamayim ve'Yosed Aretz, U'moshav Yikaro b'Shamayim Yima'al, U'shchinatu zo, Be'gavhei Meromim, Eloheinu Einod, Emet Malkeinu Efes Zulato, Kagatuv B'Torato, Ve'adata hayom B'hashevota El Levavecha, Adonai Hu HaElohim, B'Shamayim Mima'al, Ve'al haaretz, Mitachat Ein Od, V'ne'emar, V'haya Adonai, Lemelech al kol ha'aretz.
bayom hahu, bayom hahu, yeh Adonai echad, u'shemo, u'shemo, u'shemo echad. At this moment in our memory of our loved ones who are no longer with us, we join hands in love and remembrance. In solemn testimony to that unbroken faith which links the generations one to another, we call to mind whose yahrzeit we observe this month. Madeline Brand, Selma Bronstein, Sidney Burns, Sadie Dushman, Sylvia Feldman, Richard Fox, George Fletcher, Jack Futernick, Thelma Gerson, Herbert Given, Norman Goldberg, Edith Goldsmith, Rosalind Goldman, Ida Haas, Phyllis Hayden, Sal Horowitz, Pauline Israel, Sidney Joseph Kern, Alice Kussman, Israel Laboritz, Marion Levy, Edward Leaf, Evelyn Ruth Miller, Rose Moore, Nathan Myers, Paul Pascal, Marjorie Green Patterson, Morris Plotnick, Herbert Poncher, Mel Presser, Ethel Price Shapiro, Miriam Raymer, Edward Rosenthal, Carol Ross, Lise Rothman, Henrietta Schneider, Ernie Schneider, Benedicta Schraden, Jack Schwab, Jeanette Shapiro, Marvin Sheldon, Isidore Jack Silver, Jack Simons, Leon Singer, Alan Solomon, Arthur Wagner, Fred Wall, Dorothy Wellens, David Wertheim, Dana Whitman, and Shirley Seslowski. We also mourn the loss of Shelby Clymer. She passed away this past week. She was one of the founding members of the congregation. This goes back to 1970-something when they met in her living room for the first Rosh Hashanah service. And we lost her this past week. So our condolences to her and the entire family. If anyone else is observing yahrzeit this month, yes, thank you. The mourner's Kaddish can be found in our prayer books on page 64, and those who wish may join with me as we say, Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, v'alma divrach chibutei v'amlich malchutei, v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, v'agalav izman kariv v'imramein. Yehei shmei rabbah mevarach le'olam omeo maya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shemei dekudesha b'richu. Le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran b'alma v'imramein. Yehei shlama rabbah min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'imramein. Oseh shalom v'imrama, Uyaseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imramein. You may be seated. Another note. This is like Phantom of the Opera. I'm told to say that there's lots of leftover food all wrapped up, ready to go downstairs. So please, afterwards, you can go downstairs. And what you didn't have for dinner, you can have for dinner later on. There's plenty downstairs. And it was such a wonderful coincidence when Janet was out in San Diego last week. And on Sunday, when you could celebrate Shabbat any day because we're online, Seacrest is watching us on Sunday. So our shout out to them, probably not for tonight, but we'll see you on Sunday. So it's nice to see Seacrest out in California watching us as well, and so many others that are watching from all over the country. You're going to get dressed like this every week now?
Every week.
Okay.
I'm wearing this every week for Shabbat from now on.
Me too. Me too. What do you, Adon Olam, I bet there's this very special tune on page 66.
All right, let's do it. Adon Olam Asher Malach Terem Kol Yitzir Nivra Le'et Nasa Bechefso Kol Zayin Melech Shemo Nikra. Oh, today we'll marry, marry thee. Oh, today we'll marry, marry thee. Oh, today we'll marry, marry thee. And Nasham Hamintashin Ve'acharei Kichot HaKol Levado Yimloch Nora Ve'hu Haya Ve'hu Oleh Ve'hu Yeh V'Tifara. Oh, today we'll marry, marry thee. Oh, today we'll marry, marry thee. Oh, today we'll marry, marry thee. And Nasham Hamintashin. You guys can come up and dance. Absolutely, come dance. והוא אחד ואין שני, להמשיל לו להכבירה, בלי ראשית, בלי תכלית, ולא העוז והמזרח. Oh, today we'll marry, marry be. Oh, today we'll marry, marry be. Oh, today we'll marry, marry be. And nasham hamintashin. והוא אלי וחי גואלי, צורכב לי בעת צרה, והוא ניסי ומנוס לי, ונat כוסי ביום אקרא. Oh, today we'll marry, marry be. Oh, today we'll marry, marry be. Oh, today we'll marry, marry be. And nasham hamintashin, בידו אף כי רוחי, והייתי שם והעירה, ואם רוחי גביעתי, אדוני לי ולא ירא. Oh, today we'll marry, marry be. Oh, today we'll marry, marry be. Oh, today we'll marry, marry be. And nasham hamintashin.
We all rise for a closing blessing. And my thanks to Patrick, who has made this camera go all over the place. I know it's been a challenging night for you up there, but we deeply appreciate it. Adonai oz li'amo yatein, Adonai avarechet amo v'shalom. May the Lord grant strength to his people. Bless all peoples with peace.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei pari hagafen l'chaim. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'te'avon.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. Go grab some
Happy
food.
Purim.
Go grab some food. Happy Purim.